Everything seems to be working. Hello, hello, and welcome. There was just an update on this, but I think everything is okay. I think everything should work the way it's supposed to. All right. Sorry. All of a sudden, my screen here looks ever slightly different because of the update, but I think everything is working. Hello. So for today, I'm going to continue working on the Acceleracer Chibis. Yay! So now that Bert and Chiraco here are completed, would help if I actually showed. There we go. Those two are completed. Next over is Nolo here. Kind of looking at his proportions compared to all the other chibis. I think he's good, except his legs are a little longer than like the typical proportions that I do for the chibis. So I want to change that also too and I think it's not much of adjustment. I think like his feet just need to be like more like right here. And if they are, that means that Torque has more room and it doesn't feel as crowded. So actually it might work out in the long run of things. So, yeah, I'm gonna work on that. So I have to create some adjustments before I get to painting. I think it's kind of funny how everyone's feet, I'm kind of have been adjusting everyone's feet because I did the same for Shirako. Not as much for Vert, but a little bit. Hey, it's Win. Hi, Win. How you doing? Yeah, and sorry that I'm slightly late today. I don't know, my little room camera, this one that you see, the box that I am in, decided not to work. Don't know, just plugged it back in and it rebooted, still didn't want to connect, so I had to update Streamlabs, and now it's working, so it's okay. Everything's okay now. Everything seems to be working. So for the chibis, normally proportions are that the head is either as big as the body. So here, I'll show on Karma because she's like kind of the most, well, there's others that are, but I'll just, for example. So for her, the head is pretty much as big as the body. It can waver with chibis, but of what the exact proportions are, it kind of depends on style. For a little bit, I was doing that it was head and then the same size of the head goes where the knees are, but then I kind of wanted stubbier legs. So pretty much the size of the head is the size of the body to the ankles, and then from the ankles I draw the little feet. That is my proportion that I work with. Some people's are different. Sometimes the bodies are like two sizes of the head, or the entire body is the size of the head or half the size. Just depends on your own art, like your own style. But for me, so it's here to here, and then the ankle, you can see the same thing goes for Kurt here. The size of the head is also the size of the body to the ankles, and then I just draw the feet. But for Nolo here, I noticed that his legs are a little too long. You can see. His ankles are more like right here, and his ankles need to be right there. So I'm just gonna bring up his feet just a tad bit. Aw, I'm sorry, Win, that you're not doing good. That sucks. I hope that things get better for you, Win. I do. Win, weren't you supposed to, like you were gonna move, right? How is that move going? I think for his shoes, and you know what? I'm actually gonna bring up the picture so I can kind of get a gauge. There we go. Well, hopefully, when I can bring you some positive vibes and just sit back and relax, enjoy the stream. I was going to um I was gonna draw this part before the stream today so I could just get right into painting, but I kind of ran out of time this morning. I know, it looks super like confusing and like what the heck is going on? I think I understand. I think I understand my own sketch. I think. I think. You know, the chippies are still like they're still a new style to me and I'm still experimenting and still like learning. You know, and they're very different than my normal like illustrative realism style. Okay, that's good. You're still planning on moving. I'm sorry the process almost seems slow, but sometimes that's how it is. That's good. You know, just keep looking forward to that move. See, in the digital world, I could just like take his feet, cut that, and then like just move it up and then like blend it all out to look like it was supposed to be like that. Not in the painting world. It does not happen like that. There we go. Okay, I think that'll look a lot better. Here, I'll bring it. Yep. I think that'll make a lot more sense, and he will be more like everyone else, proportion-wise. So, yeah. Want to keep everyone looking the same. Somewhat the same. Welcome back, Win. Oh, you're all good, Win. No worries. That was nice of you to deliver some baking soda to a neighbor. Let's see you. Where's my palette knife? I was like, hold on. Wait a second, I'm missing something. Okay. Now to remake this blue color in the background, which has been tricky, as you all know. There we go. Just adding that. Match. Kind of. I almost need also one that's a little bit more like this. I try to stay organized the best I can. I do. I try my best. Alright, so I'm gonna move this aside. I think I finally got the blue background color. Tricky color, I don't know why I did that to myself. But oh well, I did. There we go. Sometimes it's scary doing these tiny adjustments because you're like, I hope it turns out okay. I hope it was worth it. And then once I do start like just working on it, I'm like, oh yeah, that was worth it. And I totally forgot. I kind of wanted to, I should probably mix some backgroundy orange so I could blend that in. That would probably be, should do that. Coffee today. That's what I have to drink. Yes, coffee. There we go. I need some more white. I know, very, very full canvas. Or very full palette, I should say. And I'm gonna try to mix that background color without spending too much time trying to match the colors, but I think I remember how to make that mixture. It's kind of like a mix of like orange and red. And actually the red's all dried up on the palette. I remember that. Where? There we go. There we go. Yeah, I think that'll be good. And then I kind of want some more orangey orange. I don't know if I have enough right here. Maybe I do. Let's see. Need more of orange. Very orangey orange. Yeah, something like that. That works. All right. So much easier than the blue. All right. And then I'll bring this back over. Hey, it's Eva Leia. Hi, Eva Leia. How you doing? Blending in the red. I don't know. I'm finding the red way more easier to blend in than the blue. Probably because blue has so many more like value changes than red does. You might need a smaller brush for this part. And there's a fuzzy. Oh, big fuzzy, actually. Big fuzzy. It's the only downside of doing like painting back to back with animal ears. Glad you're doing good, Evolea. I'm doing pretty good. My mind is very full. I have a lot to after I get off the stream I have a lot of things to do. But it's all good stuff. So all is good. Alright, yeah, actually seeing the proportions now, look, that looks like it makes so much more sense than it was before. Yeah. He looks a lot better. And also too, I feel like Torque has more room. He has a little bit more breathing room. So yay! Okay. A fix that was totally worth it. So for Nolo's pants, actually, oh no, I actually do have still some French ultramarine. Cool. And I'll just steal some light blue here. Yep, that's too much. I don't need that much paint. Oh, and then I also need gray. I actually don't have very good reference pictures of Nolo's shoes. I will have to relook that up. I like collect all these reference pictures and I think that I do like a good job. And then all of a sudden I see something that I'm like, oh, I don't have a picture of, and then I have to go back and rewatch the movies. At least though I know the movies well enough where I know where exactly I can find certain pictures that I need. So it's not like I'm like sifting through all the movies. Hey, it's Banny. Hi Banny, how you doing? You live. Where have you been, Vanny? It's okay. I know we all have busy lives, so you're all good. I just figured life got busy, but it's good to see you here, Vanny. How you doing? Actually, I'm gonna move this over here. I think it might be easier for me. Actually, I want it like from my memory. I think Nolo has like dark blue shoes. I want to say just from my memory. Um, so distracted by all sorts of things. I totally understand that. I understand that, Vanny. Hey, that's okay. You gotta you gotta get like there's lots of great streamers out there with all kinds of things, so gotta give your love to everyone. No worries. I'm not worried or jealous or anything, so you're all good. And that's okay. I know that I stream when a lot of people are at work, so not to worry. That's also why I have I upload all my VODs to my YouTube. So if anyone wants to see something that they missed, you can easily just go to my YouTube and keep up to date with things. But no worries, it's good to see you here. You know what? I'm gonna mix like even a darker blue. I know. That's what happens when you have so many stream streaks. You're all good. You're all good. Yeah. Yeah, lately I've been very busy with all kinds of things. Yesterday I was working on animal ears, which some of them I got on headbands. Ended up actually off stream painting everything. Um everything's painted now. Yay. But now it's on to the headbands, and I was debating back and forth in my head if I work on this painting or if I like attach all the ears to headbands. But then I was like, I don't know how interesting like watching 2 hours of wire wrapping would really be. So I decided to go with this. I'm like, I think painting will be more interesting. Also, it'd be fun to see finally a second layer on Nolo done. Nice. That's so cool. That's awesome that you got your stones all painted, the little gifts. Oh my gosh, 120? Wait, oh, you have 124 streamers? Oh my gosh. Oh man. That's a lot, Vanny. That is a big number. You haven't posted in the chat? Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Vanny. I got busy last night and I just kind of fell behind catching up on messages, but I'll look later to see what you posted. Yes, I want to see what all these posted, what all these painted stones. Sounds cool. Want to check it out. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work to paint all those stones. Yeah, well, that's good. That's good that some of the stones aren't terribly detailed. But still, though, it takes time to make stuff. It doesn't matter how detailed or not detailed. It takes time. And guess what? Now we're back to tiny details of the smallest adjustments. Where I just do tap, 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 tap. And that's what takes the longest time, all these teeny tiny details. There we go. Okay. Definitely his shoes will need like a third layer to them because there are details. Just I kind of don't really know what the details are. I don't have them memorized in my brain. But later I will go back. Yeah, I don't really have a goal for today. I guess though, ideally I would kind of like to get the second layer of Nolo done. That'd be nice. That's okay, Vanny. I agree with Win. I'm sure that all the stones look amazing. Anyways, I think it's just nice that you're spending so much time on like these little gifts. Yeah. Exactly. Like, you're just giving them out as gifts, so I think it's fine if, you know, if they're done quickly. Exactly. It's not like they're made for you or you're planning on selling them or anything. Honestly, I think any effort that you put into a trinket to trade is nice, you know? Especially like you're giving your time to do these and yeah. That is fun. No, trinket trading's always so much fun. I like trinket trading. It's fun. Sometimes I want to participate in trinket trading, but most of the time I don't even have time to like make trinkets to trade because I'm actually like trying to prepare for shows and I have projects and deadlines to meet. So then I'm like, I don't really have time. At one time I was making little resin gems, but yeah, I've now stopped that. I encourage it though for other people though. Yeah, so oh my gosh, yeah, he looks so much more in proportion. Looks so much better. Hold on, I'm trying to just stand it up to me. Yeah, a lot better. A lot better. He looks more in line with like everyone else. Before he kind of looked like I don't know, kind of weird against everyone else, not the same quite same proportions. So, yay. You gotta make these oversized pockets. I want still some of the Acceleracer, you know, style in them, like the oversized pockets. The big feet, the big pockets. I don't know, there's some charm in it that I just really like. That I wanna, like, you know, keep true to even the chibis. Gosh, I know that this style takes so long to paint, but I do want to continue um this style in other art form and like for other fandoms. I want to do oh my gosh, I have so many ideas for so many like movies and TV shows. So many ideas. When I have so many ideas, it's almost hard to choose which one I do first, too. Like, which one do I do next after this one? Because it's like, I want to work on all my ideas. I want them all to come to life. I think that's one of my favorite parts of art is making something that I want to exist that doesn't exist and making it exist. Yes, I am familiar with Hannibal, but I mean, I'm not that familiar. I've heard of it before, but I've never actually seen it. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know much about it. I'm sorry, Vanny. My knowledge doesn't stretch that far. How do I deal with it? I don't know. It's just how I am. Like, I want everything to be perfect, and I just keep working on something until it's exactly how I want it to be. Um, I don't know. I just keep working at it. And if I don't like it, then I figure out, well, why don't I like something and how do I change it? Kind of like Nolo's legs that were too long. And it had been bugging me for a while, but I wasn't completely sure. And so I kind of just decided to move forward until I got to him for the second layer. And I'm like, no, something's definitely wrong. I have to change something. And, I just started sketching on top of it. And I'm like, okay, now it's looking right. I like how it's looking now. And I just keep moving forward in that direction. So I think that's how I kind of deal with it is I ask myself, okay, I don't like this. Why do I not like it? And how can I fix it? And then what are the steps I can take to fix it? And I think that's like with all forms of art, even my cosplays, I'll be like, okay, I don't like it, but why? And what can I do to fix? Rather than being like, I don't like it, and then just give up. Because you won't learn like with that mentality. Ooh. Well, Banny, please do. If you want to show off your tattoo, please post it in the Discord. I want to see. I can appreciate the art form of tattoos even if I have no idea what it's from, or if I know what it's from but I'm not very familiar with it. Feel free to post it. Heck yeah. I mean, heck, look, I'm working on Acceleracers fan art right here, and most people don't know what Acceleracers are. But you're all here enjoying the process. And I'm happy to show it off. Aw, evil Leia. Aw. Bring your own ideas to life. Just go for it. And like I said, not feeling worthy enough. I'm sorry, evil Leia, but you need to fire that shitty committee. Not feeling worthy enough. You are worthy enough. We're all worthy enough to express our own ideas and share ideas. And like, Evil Leia, why do you feel like that? That makes me sad. No, bring your ideas to life. That's fun. And you never know, like, just do what makes you happy and what you're passionate about, and um you'll actually, like, you'll find other people who see your vision. Sure, you'll have people that don't see your vision, but that's okay too. Like, art is so subjective. Just keep moving on and be like, well, I will find my people. Be confident in yourself and be like, well, I see my vision. Ooh, yes, win. Do it. Yes, get a Callum tattoo. You should. That'd be so cool. Eventually, I want to get more tattoos too. I just haven't put any time or energy into it. But eventually, I do. Aww. Win, that's so sad. You also feel unworthy? No. Also, Win, you need to fire that shitty committee that's telling you such things. Not worthy. You are worthy. Fired as well. Goodbye, shitty committee. Okay, and so, Evil Leia, so what? We all gotta start somewhere. You can't be like. And you know what? I don't know what you're saying that you say you're bad at drawing. No, you're not. I saw what you drew, and your character was so cute. They were adorable. Bad at drawing. No. Nuh-uh. I disagree. And yeah, we all start at somewhere. Just keep working at it. Hey, it's Isaac. Hi, Isaac. How you doing? And Vanny, you are not a bad artist either. No, you're not. And you know what? Just drawing and painting is only one side of art. I mean, I know, um, like, there's some people that can, like, artists who cannot draw, but yet they're amazing sculptors. Or vice versa. Sometimes there's some people that I can't sculpt, but I can paint. Um, so just because, or I know some people who, like some artists where they're good at drawing, but they're horrible at painting, but they're really freakishly good at like charcoal and black and white. But once you give them color, they're like, what the heck? And then there's people like me, where if you told me to draw black and white, I don't think I could do it. I'd be like, I struggle. Even like one of my newest paintings that I just finished of my brother's car, and I mainly worked in grays and yellows. That was hard for me because all the colors were super muted. But I wanted to challenge myself, and I wanted to do something that I normally don't do because I think that's also very good as an artist uh to expand yourself and to learn new things, even if you're like, okay, this isn't my typical style, this isn't what I would normally do, but just expand your horizons, experiment, because sometimes getting out of your comfort zone, you can learn really valuable things. And so like I encourage to do that. But I can tell you I'm a colorful artist. I am definitely not a black and gray artist. Going pretty good, Isaac. Going pretty good. Just painting here. Working on painting. How you doing, Isaac? Yeah, you get to see your buddy today? Good. I'm glad you're doing good, Isaac. Banny! Banny! Yes, you also need to fire that shitty committee. I'm gonna send you all on a homework assignment today. You're gonna fire that shitty committee. And get rid of it. Have it be gone. Yeah, get your we need some self-empowerment here. Oh, Isaac talking about the shitty committee in your head. So I don't know. Everyone says like I don't know if you have this too, but it's kind of like little voices in your head that say that you're not worthy, you're not good enough, uh, everyone is better than you, and you need to fire that because it's not true. And that's what I'm telling everyone to do. And I know it's hard. Sometimes I too. Sometimes I have that in here, but I need to work hard and get rid of it. Be like, nope, that's not true. I'm not listening. Not listening to that tiny voice that says you are not worthy. No, get rid of it. Goodbye.
And I think you can have, I think sometimes it gets lost. Like people think, oh, people who are self confident in themselves or, cocky, that they're like annoying or mean. But I think you can be self confident in yourself and even ever so slightly cocky without putting other people down. Those people are mean and annoying and should go away. But I think you can definitely be self confident in yourself and not put others down. And yeah, it takes work to get there. I think some people are more naturally that way than others, but you know, be confident in yourself. Say you're worthy. Also, I think being grateful for the things that you do have in your life helps out with that. Look at, well, what are the good qualities do you have? Rather than focusing on what are your bad qualities, focus on what's your good qualities. Okay, you might not be good at this, but but you might be good at something else. And focus on that and work on that. No, that's good. Hey, that's good, Isaac. See, that's good. I'm glad. I'm glad you only have good imagination. That's good. Yeah, positive imagination is good. Yep, yeah, I agree. There we go. I'm actually really happy with how Nolo's turning out. Ah. Yeah, we'll see how far. Typically, so it seems like the way this turns out is that it takes about 2 hours to do the head and 2 hours to complete the body. Um, we'll see what I can do. I would like to finish the body and at least get started on the head today. That would be nice.
Oh, I see you wrote a paragraph when not to worry though. Don't feel bad. I just like realized I'm like, "Oh, wait." An evil A I see. Nah. Well, I think evil Leia, then you need to find that within yourself. I mean, I think it's actually a good thing to practice to get encouragement and like from yourself and from your good self-talk. Um I think yeah, it's natural as humans that we want like to be approved by other people, like in an outside approval and outside compliments, but I don't necessarily think it's the healthiest to only rely on that. Like you only want to do good because someone else complimented you and it's solely just that. Like yes, it feels good to get compliments and I think it is okay to search out a little bit of it, but not your sole source. So I think if you're not getting it from the outside, then just start telling yourself on the inside and look for those little compliments to yourself and tell yourself I am doing good and this is good and I'm happy with myself and just start having those self talks. Like I said, start a positive affirmation notebook where you write down um maybe start off the day 10 things you like about yourself or 10 things that you're grateful for and just start and don't feel embarrassed, like and don't feel bad. No one's going to read those journal entries. Just do it for yourself. You don't have to tell anyone about them. Just for yourself. And you got this, Evo Leia. You got this. And honestly, I think if you start, expressing yourself how you want to, you will find your people. Um, I think great art is a great place to find good people. And honestly, if it wasn't for my art and my cosplay and really like posting it and making, connections with people, there'd be a lot of friends that I don't have today that like if I didn't start, expressing myself how I am, there'd be a lot of friends that I would have messed out on those friendships. So just just be you. Just be you. You will find your people. Hmm. Aw. When? Aw, when? Yeah, you need to fire that shitty committee too, because you are worthy. You are. And I'm happy that you're my friend and that you're always here and you're always so kind and so generous and you are such like I, you are worthy. And you telling yourself that everyone would be better off without you is total false. That is not true at all. When if you just stopped showing up and like just disappeared, I would be very sad. I would miss you. I would miss the friendship. So stop that. That is true. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Ibalea. And that is true. That's why I said it's like somewhat like you have to be your own cheerleader, but also like wanting that. I think it's good to find a group of people that will be your cheerleader. Yes, that is healthy, but being that's the only source. I think you have to also be your own cheerleader. It has to be both. At least that's my opinion. That you um I think it's good to surround yourself with good, positive people. Yes, but you also have to be your own cheerleader. Make sense? Hopefully. Hopefully. And yeah, we are social beings. I think that is very natural. I think it is, we are creatures that are meant to be in a pack, and we're not meant to be isolated or meant to be like, on our own. Like, I think we do have to have people. Yes, I will agree that some of us prefer to have a smaller pack, which I don't think that's a problem at all. If your pack only includes like two other best friends, that's totally fine. I don't blame you. And some people need a big pack. They're like, I need like 20 to 40 people in my pack, like, and that's okay. Everyone is different, but I think we are social creatures and we do need others. And that is, I think, just hardwired into us. Absolutely. Yes. It's okay, Evalea. It's okay. Be your own cheerleader. It's all good. Work on that. Be your own cheerleader. If you draw something and you're really proud of it, but no one compliments on you, just be like, oh, okay, well, I like what I made. Maybe other people don't see the magic, but I do. It's all good. You gotta do what makes you happy. Like this painting right here. I know there's not many people who know what the Acceleracers are. Um, I know it's a very niche fandom. Um, but I'm doing this because it makes me happy. And I know that there are others. There's a few others, but um maybe not as many as like some other bigger, well-known movies or fandoms, but I'm pretty much doing this because I am passionate about this series and it means a lot to me. And if people don't see the magic in that, then that's okay. But I know that there will be others who do. Um, in the art world that I'm in, where chasing trends is popular and the way to go. And sure, there's a lot of people, a lot of artists who will only create art of the biggest thing going on right now, and they can produce art like crazy, which is great and it works for them. But I know a lot of artists who actually get burnt out really quickly, only focusing on chasing trends. And it works for some people, but some people eventually get burnt out, which I don't think is necessarily good. Um, for me, I've tried to chase trends, but I found myself, I think that's really where I had a lot of projects I started and never finished because, especially with my form of art, it takes me a long time to create a painting, and I swear by the time I'm done with the painting, that trend is over. It's done. We're on to the next thing now. So that's why I have like so many half done projects and so many half done sketches, is because, oh, it's trending, I'll draw it. And by the time all of a sudden I'm halfway through, there's another trend. And I'm like, dang it, I have to slide this aside and start a new trend. And then I'm like, I'm not painting fast enough. I'm not doing my cosplay fast enough. And And soon I got to a point of like, why the hell am I trying to chase trends? I can't do this. And then when my art got more serious, again I tried to, and then I'm like doing the math in my head of the hours it takes me to create a painting and trying to get it for new shows, and I'm like, this is so not worth it to me. So not worth it. So now I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do what I feel like doing. And I'm gonna do what makes me happy. And being a professional artist, yes, I have to somewhat think of others because I have to think of like um what will be popular and that kind of stuff, and so it is a little different. I'm not completely doing like what I completely want to do, but I'm not also leaving it solely on I want to do this, but I don't know if people are going to like this. Like, no. And I know that I will find people who do see my vision and will see that value. When I started taking my art more seriously, um, I almost visualized myself like on a boat. And I'm like, whoever doesn't get on this boat with me and doesn't want to, I'm just gonna keep sailing. I'm not gonna wait for, I'm not gonna wait for people. I'm just. And it was interesting. It was actually very interesting to see who in my life decided to stick around and jump on the boat with me, and which people um, just couldn't. They couldn't make the boat, or they just didn't even want to get on. Yeah, exactly. When see, your dad gets it. Your dad's quoted from your dad. Well, I like it exactly. And you'll be shocked. You might meet someone all of a sudden that's like, oh my gosh, I love this. And you're like, really? No one else did. But then that like one person's like, oh my gosh, I see the magic. There we go. Hee hee hee. Those turn out good. Okay, so on his blue pants too, he has like orange stripes, but with the blue and trying to add the orange, it's gonna be muddy and brown and not pretty. So I'm gonna wait until a third layer to add on the orange. It's been I won't lie, it's been kind of tricky that the Teku colors are opposite colors in the color wheel. Looks cool side by side, but painting it, I've been like, struggling just a tad. But it's okay. It all works. All right. All right. What are well, right now is a great time because I have all my like ear fur and ear stuff. I'm working on ears. So, what's your next cosplay, Win? the mouse on the cover. What is it? Oh, I'm gonna go look. What are you sending me? Where is Discord? There's Discord. Redwall. I don't know this series. It looks adorable though. It's so cute. Okay. You want some little brown mouse ears? Do you want them the same size as the Barnard ears that I made you? You're gonna have two mice. Oh, yes. Okay. All right. Sounds good. Gonna have two mice cosplays now. Adorable. All right, I got you. I'll add that. I think I have some brown. I don't have much brown left. I have two colors. I have like a burnt sienna, and then I have like a darker brown, almost like a woodsy, like tree bark brown. I need to order more fur colors. I still need to do that. There we go. And I need to fix that. All right. Now focusing on the tiny details of his jacket. And I actually realized he kind of has like this interesting like zipper kind of pattern. So gonna have to add that in there too. Oh, you have a mask question? I'm so sorry. When? I didn't even notice. Let me see on Discord. Let me look. So sorry, when I've been so bad with messages and just trying to keep up with it all. So for this mask, oh, no. Use 5mm for this mask. Don't use 2 or 1. 1mm is almost like working with paper. So it'd almost be like as if you are making the mask out of paper, but except the 1mm flops. So your mask is just gonna shrivel and go like this and flop around. Using 2mm, it's gonna be flimsy, not as bad, but it's never gonna hold shape. 2 and 1mm are really good for details, never for structure. Uh, so use 5 millimeter for your mask. Um, and then get and then I don't think for this mask you really need 1 millimeter. I don't know why you think you need it, but 1 and 2 will be just fine for details. Uh, but the 2 millimeter, debating if you will even need 2 millimeter for this project. I think this is going to be a 5 millimeter project. I think that's the best way to go. Um, but yeah, your sketch too. Um, I see where you're going, but there's a lot of details in there that I think you're forgetting about, like the cheekbones, the eyes. The nose is going to be more than just two pieces like this. There's going to be curve to it and nostrils. So I think you got a good base for a pattern so far, but I think there's a lot more details you'll need to add to it. Um, I would recommend getting a foam head. You can get one of these. Um, this is a smaller one. I get a male size one. Also, too, it's more realistic proportions. I only get the small ones because I'm so tiny, and technically, this is smaller than me. But the male foam heads would be too big. But for you, go to Michael's, get a foam head. Um, and I would recommend using either stuffing or tinfoil. Maybe tinfoil would be better, and you're gonna sculpt around the foam head with tinfoil, and then once you're happy with your sculpture to make it look like Kinger here, um, you're gonna get your mold. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna wrap that sculpture in saran wrap, duct tape it, and then sketch out your pattern. So, and where you want to draw your seam lines is anywhere where there is a crease. Um, Anywhere that there is like a fold or anywhere basically, if you were to cut it out and lay it flat, if it bows, that's a seam. So you're going to draw a line on that seam, cut it all out, label everything. Before you cut everything, label it. I have made that mistake where I don't label my things and then I'm like, where did this go? Also take lots of pictures. Take pictures for yourself. I know that you're like, I'm not going to post this online. No, 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 no. It's not for online. It's for you. Because I also have done patterns where I'll be like making my duct tape pattern and I don't take pictures and I don't label and then I forget what piece went to where. So label everything, take photos, cut it out, and then use your photos and your labels as a way of reconstructing it together, but with foam. And that's what you're gonna do. Yeah, yeah. Oh, good. Yeah, use the foam head from the weight committee. Well, uh, I think I ended up giving you a female head though. I don't think I gave you a male head. Um, the only difference, you'll just maybe get more. I don't want it to be too small on you. I mean, yes, you could use the female head and then just use more tinfoil to bulk it up. You're gonna have to put a lot more tinfoil. But it can be doable. Just keep that in mind. Um, in your own measurements and that kind of stuff because you don't want it to be too small. Yeah, 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 yeah. I think that would be the best way rather than relying on your sketch. It that way is a lot harder. It might not end up how you want it. I would recommend, yeah, sculpting everything first. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, make yourself a tinfoil hat while you're at it. Yeah, of course, Win, of course.
Yeah, you got this. I'm actually excited for you that you're gonna take on this project. I think that's awesome. Also, do you get yourself a like something to shape the head with? I know your dad has like a lot of like tools and stuff. He might have a heat gun. If not, either get one. Hair blow dryers, some, if they get up to a high enough temperature, can warp, like help shape, because you're gonna need some kind of heat source to shape your foam, because otherwise, it's just gonna be stiff and rigid, and it's not gonna look like when you put your seams together, since you're making a head, you're gonna want something to curve those edges and not leave it like, otherwise it's gonna look like a brick. Um, so uh definitely get hair blow dryers can work. It depends on the hair blow dryer. I would recommend getting a heat gun. I feel like hair blow dryers work in a pinch if you have literally nothing else and you have to like come up with something. But try to get a heat gun, get a good one. If you don't have one, try to acquire it, because you will need it for this project, especially that there are so many rounded edges and everything is smooth. Also, get my favorite sculpting tool for like heat shaping stuff is a softball. So get a softball. You're gonna need it. Um, you know what? When I after this, I'm gonna try to remember. I'm gonna send you some videos of like my some of my favorite pro cosplayers, and they actually have really good videos of how to heat shape foam, and I would recommend you watching them and using that. Some of them use like tools that they have made, but sometimes you can just like find around the house tools that work just as good. Yeah. Definitely look up some videos of how to make helmets, because you're essentially making a helmet, and look up videos how to make helmets out of foam. I think that'll help you out a lot. No, definitely do that. Also, to get contact cement, don't use hot glue in this situation. Um, why is because a lot of people think, oh, foam, sturdy, stiff, crafting equals hot glue. No, no. Stay away from the hot glue gun. Um, hot glue guns are great, but for certain things. For when working with EVA foam, since EVA is heat reactive, the hot glue gun can actually bubble and warp your foam, and that can be very bad. Um, especially for your character, he's so clean in design, you want to like keep that. Um, so definitely get my. There's a lot of different glues that you can use, but my favorite is contact cement. That I think is the best one to use for um, EVA. There was only one time when I used hot glue on EVA. It was because I was trying to finish. It's actually that. Actually, no, it's cut out. No, it's not. Right behind me, the Mad Hatter hat. So that's EVA. And I had to get that hat done like in 2 weeks or something crazy. And I was like, I don't have time to. And it was hot out. It was like during the summer. And I'm like, I don't have time to wait every morning just to work on a little teeny bit of it, glue it together and wait. And I'm like,
I'm just gonna hot glue the damn thing. And because I was gonna cover it in fabric. Oh my gosh, good thing it's covered in fabric because that hat looks so ugly. Underneath the fabric, if I was to take that off, it looks so bad. So bad. But since it was covered in fabric, it doesn't actually matter. The only thing that's uncomfortable is like one side, I forget which temple it is. There's like a piece of hot glue sticking out, so it rubs on my head and it's kind of uncomfortable. But it's okay. I made that thing in like, gosh, maybe it wasn't even 2 weeks. Maybe it was a week. Maybe I made that thing in a week. I made it fast. Um, but thank goodness it's just covered in fabric. I don't know if it's considered yellow type, my glue. I use contact cement. It's pretty stinky stuff, so I recommend working outside, but don't work outside. I know it's like the hottest time of year right now to work outside. I would recommend getting up early in the morning when it's less hot because if the temperature's too hot, contact cement doesn't cure. That means your pieces won't stick together. But let me show you. I use this stuff. This is the stuff that I use. Um, I recommend getting 1 jar of this and then getting another can. I think it comes like in a quart. It kind of looks like a paint can. And then just refill this because this glue goes really fast. You end up using a lot more than you think you will. And uh and what I do is I get the paint can worth of contact cement, and then every time this bottle is low, I just refill it. And actually, I've saved a ton of money doing that. I saw a cosplay, like, because I was going through those bottles like insane, and I was spending so much money on glue, and I'm like, this is crazy. I know people say that cosplay is expensive, but oh my gosh. And then I saw a cosplayer where he gets the can and just refills that bottle, and I was like, oh my god, I'm saving so much money. Saving a ton. Just by doing that. Yeah. Oh gosh, I don't know how you did that, Win. I don't know how you mowed the lawn in that heat. Ugh. This heat has been so bad this year too. It's been so hot. Oh no, you're good, Win. You're good. Yeah, I would recommend waking up early if you can before the heat. Work outside where it's well ventilated. Also, too, oh, what you might like as well. So since your helmet is very smooth, and you're gonna have seams, but you want it to look seamless, get some foam clay. And that'll make it, and that'll help out with the roundness shape too. Get some foam clay, and then also to see if at home if you have a Dremel. It's basically like a sanding tool that will help out with it makes a lot of foam dust, so definitely wear goggles and a mask uh for all the particles and stuff. the dust it creates is non-toxic. EVA foam is non-toxic, so is the foam clay. But it's still not good to breathe in the dust. So you just need some mask with a good seal around it. Um, it doesn't have to be something like heavy duty, like for chemicals or anything. Just some kind of filter that is good enough for large particles. And definitely wear one of those. Definitely wear goggles. Um, Something that seals around because it's just not good to get those foam dust particles in your eyes. Um, yeah, definitely see that. But I know you have, at least your parents, I know, have tools lying around. So it's possible that they already have stuff. And if not, I recommend getting a good Dremel kit. Um, no, you don't need the most highest end fancy one, but also don't get a cheapy one that's like you have to replace once every project. Get something good. Get something nice. Well, I mean, yeah, wear light clothing because you'll be outside, but hopefully you won't be in direct sunlight. You will get covered in foam dust when you sand, so I recommend like wearing clothes that are easy to wash. Most of the time, what I do is I will go out. I'll wear like just I don't know some easy clothes sand outside. I'm completely covered in foam dust and I take it off and it directly goes in the washing machine. I don't even put it in the hamper. They don't go on the floor. They go in the washing machine. And then there is a load to be run. And then change clothes. Cuz again, it's nothing scary. It's not toxic. It's just it makes a mess. That's why I say sand outside too. Some pro cosplayers have it's nice they can work inside cuz they have like as they sand, they kind of have like a little like fan suction right next to them. Like they'll be like working and it's like right there and it just immediately sucks in all the dust. Not 100% perfectly, but it does like 90% of it. I'm like, "Oh, that's so nice." Yeah, yeah, and that's why Evil I say like wear masks, wear goggles. It's all good. Oh yeah, no, especially mowing lawns. Yeah, I see what you're saying because you're out in the direct heat. Gosh, you were brave to mow lawns in this heat when it is too much outside. Yeah, no.
Yeah, and then the mosquitoes suck too. Especially this time of year, they like to hang out. But like I said, I think I mentioned this in a stream before that uh mosquitoes hate smoke. So if you're working outside in one area, like doing the foam smithing, and you have mosquitoes around you, light like some incense and get a fan to blow. Also, too, a fan will help the dissipation of the contact cement smell. So it kind of does two things. Yeah, it was I probably won't go back to foam smithing until it gets cooler personally. It's hard because there's some, well, actually, I can't. There is a cosplay I'm working on right now that will be foam, but it's gonna be very easy and not complicated. Uh, so at least my time outside every session will only be like for like an hour or something, or not even an hour. Heck, I won't even open up my window here to work because it's just so hot. I'm like, I don't want to get heat inside the house. Alrighty. And I can't believe it's already that time. I will at least finish his t-shirt. No, 2 hours goes by so fast, huh? And I'm gonna add a little bit of shading.
Shading that really didn't make much of a difference. Come on.
There we go.
Sometimes I do this, like if there's, rather than mixing an in-between, I will just kind of almost like my ears where
There we go.
sweet. And you know what? I think that his shirt's looking a little too gray. I think I want to go back in with some white right here. There we go. And it looks like this orange might need a third layer. But oh well. Oh, I totally forgot. He has like this really big oversized zipper on both sides. It's kind of like
Want to add that in. Almost forgot.
little details to his jacket. Yeah, and I'll have to go in with the third layer on his t-shirt too because he wears a necklace.
So I'll have to go back in later for that too.
Yeah, something that's hard about working with orange too is that it needs so many layers. Not just two, it needs like three. Yeah, like most warm colors, they need multiple layers. Yeah, warm colors are mostly transparent. Even if you add in a little bit of white.
But that'll be okay because I'm planning on doing a third layer for all the characters anyway.
Well, not everyone. Like, I think Vert's pretty good. Shirako's good. I won't have to do touch-ups. Well, Shirako in some places on the orange, like on his pants and shirt, I think I might just do little touches.
But otherwise, he's like pretty much, it's like 98% good.
Or maybe 99% good. And I know I was like talking about the shoes and like figuring that out, but actually I think I like the style of the shoes. They might change over time, but I think for where they are right now, it might be good enough. Mm-mm-mm. Actually, I see something that I don't particularly like.
This piece actually doesn't make much sense. If it's folded out this way, that means that piece should not be folded in, it should be folded out.
So I'm gonna redo this part. There we go. And then I'll like do touch-ups and that kind of stuff on the third layer. I know, so much tiny brush work. There we go, that makes more sense. That makes more sense. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Evil Leia. Thank you. You always compliment my outfits. Thank you. I know, I know. I'm sorry, Win. I know it always goes so fast. It does. And I got things to do today, too. Oh my gosh. But I'll flip this around for all of you to see. There we go. I'll take this away so that it can actually be fully seen. Here we are. Yeah, I like where Nolo is heading. Looking good. At least I think so. Aw, thank you, Win. Thank you. And thank you everyone for being here today. Yeah, it almost seems like it's 2 hours the body and then 2 hours the head. That's good for me to know because for time wise, commission wise, and that kind of stuff, and pricing and all that, blah blah blah. Very interesting things, I know. Aw, thank you, Eva Leia. Thank you. Aw, thank you, Blood. Thank you. Aw, thank you, Win. Thank you so much. You are all awesome. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, so this is it for today. I do wish I got a little bit further, but you know what? That's okay. I just keep chugging along on these little chibis, which they are turning out really cute. I'm really excited with that. Alrighty, so for Friday, I will be here back in the evening time. What I will work on, most likely this. I think the ears, I'm gonna work on ears today. Sorry. I'm gonna work on ears. Off stream. I have a new cosplay I'm probably gonna work on off stream. Might work on that on Friday, depending on where it goes Thursday. So yeah, I probably will continue working on the chibis on Friday, if that's all right with all you guys, and see where they continue to go. Alrighty, well, thank you everyone. What the heck? There we go. My stream deck did something weird. I was like, what did it just do? Anyways, thank you everyone for an awesome stream today, and I hope you have a good rest of your week. See you all on Friday. Alrighty, as for now, bye!